It's dawn at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, the site of the playoff game between the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Colts for the Western Conference Championship of the National Football League. Some 8 hours before kickoff, the ground crews remove the protective layer of hay which has served its purpose. How well, you'll see momentarily. This is what the Colts and Packers might have had to contend with if the ground crew in Green Bay had not done such a magnificent job. There is ice on top of the tarp, but the field itself will turn out to be in excellent condition. Despite the near freezing temperatures, the field will not be a factor. Some 50,000 strong are here today to lend vocal support to the local heroes. The Baltimore Colts will be playing today without the services of their brilliant all-pro quarterback, John Unitas. Unitas sustained a knee injury which has rendered him inactive for the rest of the year. Coach Don Shula received another jolt when Gary Quazzo, his number 2 quarterback, was also sidelined with an injury, and today the Colts go with Tom Matty as the signal caller. Matty, a collegiate quarterback at Ohio State, has played the halfback position since coming to Baltimore 5 years ago. Bart Starr will be the quarterback for the Packers, who are seeking their first Western Conference crown since 1962. Kicking specialist Don Chandler is the Green Bay's leading scorer. The Packers, with a home field advantage, are the favorites, and kickoff time is just moments away in this battle to decide the Western Conference Championship. Lou Michaels will kick off for the Baltimore Colts. Waiting deep in the Green Bay end zone is Tommy Moore, and he's going to bring it back over the 5 to the 10, and at about the 15-yard line he is knocked down, and so the Packers will start in the first offensive series of the ball game from deep in their own backyard. 1st and 10 at the Green Bay 15. Starr fakes to Taylor, rolls back to throw, and hits big number 88 Anderson, who is jolted by the tackle of Lenny Lyles, and the football is loose. It's recovered by Baltimore's linebacker, Don Shinnick. He gets fine blocking down the near sideline, and the Baltimore Colts have stunned the Green Bay Packers in the first minute of play with a touchdown. Don Shinnick recovers the fumble and races it in for Baltimore, and the Colts take a surprising 7-0 lead, and we'll show you the play once more. The fake to Taylor, the pass by Starr, the catch by Anderson, the tackle by Leonard Lyles, the fumble recovery by Don Shinnick, and watch number 46, Jimmy Welch. This block on Starr put him out of the game. For the rest of the afternoon, all Starr could do for Green Bay was to come in and hold the ball on points after and placement efforts. Baltimore takes a surprising 7-0 lead, and the injured Bart Starr is helped to the sidelines. The next time the Packers handle the football, Zeke Bratkowski is at quarterback, and the give is to Horning, who pile drives straight ahead and grinds out a 7-yard gain. After picking up a first down at their own 30, Zeke Bratkowski rolls back to throw, and a quick popper over the middle. He hits the big tight end Anderson for a gain of 8 yards. Here's a 2nd down and 2 for the Packers now. Bratkowski hands to number 5, Horning. He finds a gaping hole in the Colt line and romps through for a big gain of 7. After an exchange in the pigskin, the Packers are in action. 1st and 10 at the 50. The give to Horning on the Packer power sweep. Horning coming wide to the right. is finally rolled over by Baltimore's Bobby Boyd. On a 3rd and 3 at the 43, the give this time to Jim Taylor as he slants off the right side. He is knocked down shy of first down yardage. So the Packers will come up 4th down and 1 at the Baltimore 41. And Don Chandler will attempt a field goal from 47 yards away, and this is the way it looked. Off to one side. And the Colts hold on to their 7-0 advantage as the first quarter ends. Second period action right now with a 3rd down and 2 at the 34, Green Bay 34. Bratkowski going all the way for the injured Starr. Hands off to Jim Taylor. Horning with a beautiful block on linebacker Shinnick opens a hole for Jim Taylor, who romps through for a gain of 7 yards. 1st and 10 now at the Green Bay 41. The pitch out to Jim Taylor, and watch Leonard Lyles fighting off the blocks, forces the play, gets help from Jimmy Welch of Baltimore, and the result is a 5-yard loss. It is 2nd down and 15 at the 36 for Green Bay as Bratkowski rolls back to throw, rolling to his right under Baltimore pressure, has the time, and here's a deep pass intended for Paul Horning, who is all alone. He's got it taking it deeper into Baltimore territory as Jimmy Welch rolls him out of bounds. And the Packers have covered a lot of ground, only to have it nullified by an ineligible receiver downfield. So it is 2nd down and 30 for the Packers as Bratkowski once more is back to throw. He gets fine protection on this play. And here's his pass intended for the big man, number 86, Boyd Dowler. He connects, and it's a gain of 12 yards before Dowler is knocked over by Baltimore's Jimmy Welch. 3rd and 18 at the 33. And Bratkowski still firing that football. Under a good rush from Baltimore, he's firing deep, intending for long. A beautiful effort turned in by the Packer receiver. Couldn't quite hang on to it. An incomplete forward pass. Which brings on a 4th and 18 for Green Bay at the 33. Don Chandler in to boot for the Packers. And here's his kick coming upfield. Waiting for it is Baltimore's Alvin Hayman. At the Baltimore 24 and then to the 25, he is really snowed under, and Fuzzy Thurston of the Packers finally knocks him down at the 25. So the Colts, quarterbacked by Tom Matty, go to work again. Here is Matty rolling out to his left behind number 45, Jerry Hill. He moves forward for a gain of 4 yards, but number 87, Willie Davis of the Green Bay Packers, will draw a penalty flag on this play. And the foul will be a personal foul against the Green Bay Packers, costing them 15. Colt action again with a 3rd and 6. Here is Matty dropping back in the pocket to pass under great pressure from Willie Davis. Look at the basketball shovel pass to Lenny Moore. A block from Baltimore's Bob Vogel, and Moore is down the sideline for a gain of 9 and a Colt 1st down. With a 1st and 10 at the 39. The give to number 45, Baltimore's fullback, Jerry Hill, and a rugged running Hill romps to a 10-yard pickup and another Colt 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29. Here is Matty rolling off to the right side this time, and he manages to move forward for about 5 yards. With a 2nd and 5 at the 24, and Baltimore's offense moving along and controlling that football, the pitch out goes to Jerry Hill, and Hill comes around the right side for 4 yards. With a 3rd and 1 at the 20, this is the way the Packers look at the Colt play. The give to 24, Moore. A quick opener, and Moore dances through that opening beautifully and drives straight ahead for 5 yards and a Baltimore 1st down. Baltimore leading by a score of 7-0, and Tom Matty is moving that Colt offensive unit. The give to Jerry Hill. Straight ahead he goes before Jordan of the Packers pulls him down after another gain of 5. But that Packer defensive unit really stiffens now, and they force the Colts to try a field goal from 15 yards out. Lou Michaels swings that left leg, and the Colts increase their lead over Green Bay now by a score of 10-0. Green Bay in action with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Zeke Bratkowski back to pass. He's looking for Carroll Dale, and number 84 is there with a beautiful grab and goes out of bounds after a gain of 12 and a Packer first down. 2nd down and 7 as we watch Bratkowski again, rolling back to throw. He really filled the air with footballs this afternoon. Over the middle it goes, and a fine catch is made by Green Bay's Paul Hornung for 8 yards and another Packer first down. 1st and 10 at the 44. Bratkowski is going to go for broke on this one. He is going to let go with a bomb, intending for Long. Jerry Logan, the Baltimore defender, can't catch up to Long, and on this play, the flag goes down. It is pass interference against Logan of Baltimore, which will set up a 1st and goal to go for Green Bay at the Baltimore Colt 9. Bratkowski is going to throw from the 9-yard line. Being pressed a little bit, he finally gets it away, and on target to Big Bill Anderson, who goes out of bounds at about the 1. And the Packers are really, as they'd always say, hammering on that touchdown door. Baltimore Colts 10, the Green Bay Packers nothing. The give to Taylor, and Taylor hits the middle of the Colt defensive line, and it will not give an inch. They stop him cold. 3rd down coming up for Green Bay, trailing by a score of 10-0. They're down at the Baltimore Colt, well, actually inside the Colt 1-yard line. That's exactly how much ground the Packers need for a touchdown. And you're looking at some of the greatest defensive football played this year in the NFL. The give to Hornung. Hornung tries it, and the Colts won't give it to him. They stack him up. He does not get in. And it comes up to a 4th down, and still about a short yard for the Green Bay Packers inside the Baltimore Colt 1. Bratkowski hands to Taylor. Taylor comes ahead, and Michaels hits him first, and then Dennis Gallbats, and the Packers do not make it. They are stopped with 3 efforts inside the Colt 1-yard line. The Green Bay Packers cannot make it. And the Baltimore Colts take a 10-0 lead into the clubhouse at halftime. Halfway through at Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Baltimore Colts in their 3rd meeting of the year, where the Green Bay Packers have a surprising 10-0 lead. An early break for the Green Bay Packers in the top of the 3rd quarter. This high pass from center to punter Tom Gilberg. He tries to run it out of there and can't make it, and the Green Bay Packers have an opportunity at the Baltimore Colt 35. This at the very top of the 3rd quarter, and Green Bay fans go wild. With a 2nd down and 9 at the 34, Bratkowski, filling in for the injured Starr, is back to throw. He fires on target to the diving Carroll Dale at the 1-yard line, and the penalty flag goes down along with Carroll Dale. It will bring up another pass interference penalty against Baltimore and give the Green Bay Packers a 1st and goal to go at the Baltimore Colt 1. Here is the play repeated for you. As Bratkowski throws, watch the great catch by Carroll Dale. And the interference call goes against Baltimore to set up a 1st and goal for the Packers at the Colt 1-yard line, and this time the Packers will not be denied. The give to Hornung. Straight ahead he goes, and he's into the end zone with the 1st Packer touchdown of the day. And the conversion makes the score, the Baltimore Colts 10, the Green Bay Packers 7. And the happy Hornung comes to the sidelines. After forcing the Baltimore Colts to punt, the Packers launch another drive. Bratkowski is back to throw, looking for and finding number 5, Paul Hornung. Leonard Lyles cannot bring Hornung down, and he moves deeper up the field for a considerable gain of 19 yards and a Green Bay 1st down. With a 1st and 10 now at their own 36, the give is to Taylor. Through the middle goes the hard-running Jim Taylor for a pickup of 7. With a 3rd and 2 at the 44, Bratkowski back to throw, the quick popper again, and again to the big tight end Anderson, who makes a fine catch in heavy traffic for a gain of 7 yards and another Packer 1st down. The Packers are really rolling now with a 1st and 15 at their own 46. Bratkowski rolling back to throw once more. Scrambling around, he lets it go deep. But on the receiving end of this one is Baltimore's Bobby Boyd. He intercepts his 10th interception of the year, and the Colt defense has stopped the Packers once again. Bratkowski goes to the sideline and will talk with Coach Vince Lombardi. And Baltimore takes a 10-7 lead into the fourth quarter in this playoff for Western Conference honors. The Packers in action in the fourth period with a 2nd and 10 at the 50. Here is Bratkowski throwing to Boyd Dowler, and Dowler makes a fine catch and a gain of 7. On this 3rd down and 3 at the Baltimore 43, Bratkowski rolling back to throw once more under a heavy Baltimore rush. He got it away to Paul Hornung. Hornung makes the grab, and Baltimore's linebacker Don Shinnick makes the tackle after a pickup of 10 and another Packer first. 1st and 10 at the 33. With 13.5 minutes remaining, here is Hornung sweeping around, cutting back, finds a big hole, and races to an 8-yard gain. And the Packers have got it going once more. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Bratkowski is back to throw, looking to find a receiver. He lets it go. It's partially deflected by Lou Michaels of Baltimore and picked off by Baltimore's Jerry Logan. And Logan returns for 12 yards, and once more the alert Baltimore defensive unit has stopped the Packer offense. And on the sideline, head coach Shula and quarterback Matty talk things over. But the Packer defense was brilliant too. 3rd down and 9 at the 21. Tom Matty rolling to his right, throwing one of his infrequent forward passes. He hits the tight end for Baltimore, John Mackey, for a gain of 16 and a 1st down. But as we mentioned, that brilliant Packer defense has forced Baltimore to punt once more. And here is Tom Gilbert booting it out of there for Baltimore. Waiting downfield will be Green Bay's Elijah Pitts on the 18. He gets a little bit of blocking help before Neil Petties is able to pull him down after a return of 10 yards. 2nd down and 10 for Green Bay at the 28. Bratkowski rolling back to throw, looks for and finds the big Boyd Dowler, who makes a fine catch and a gain of 11 and a Green Bay first. 2nd down and 6 for the Packers. And again, here is Bratkowski still firing that football. This one goes to number 5, Paul Hornung, but he is shy of that 1st down yardage. He didn't get the 1st down. After the Packers had picked up the 1st down on this particular play, Hornung had been shaken up and will leave the ball game. The Packers have picked up a 1st down, and now here is Zeke Bratkowski rolling back to throw, and Baltimore puts on a tremendous rush. Watch 74 Billy Ray Smith right there. He hit the quarterback on the head. The penalty marker is dropped, and the official has ruled against Baltimore, face mask penalty. And Baltimore's defensive unit is really fired up. Billy Ray Smith, number 74, is the offender in the opinion of the official. On the sideline, the number 3 quarterback of the Packers, Dennis Claridge, warms up. He may have to come in, as Bratkowski was shaken on the play. However, Bratkowski is able to stay in there, and he moves the Packer club with a 2nd and 9 at the 42, again hitting the big tight end Anderson for a gain of 6 yards. What a great ball game this fella put on for the Green Bay Packers. 3rd and 3 at the 36. Baltimore leading the Packers 10-7 late in the fourth quarter. The give to Taylor. Taylor dancing to the right, slashes out for 4 yards, and Green Bay has a 1st down. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, with Baltimore leading 10-7 and the Packers driving. With a 2nd down and 10 at the 32. Bratkowski rolls back to throw. He's got the protection. The pass is on target to the big tight end Anderson once more. This time the gain is for 12. A Packer 1st down. And with that clock rolling along, the Packers are now within field goal range. And Don Chandler is on to try a field goal that could tie the game and force it into overtime. And he's kicked it. And the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Colts are now tied in the fourth quarter, and Packer land is going crazy. A minute and 58 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and the game is deadlocked. Green Bay 10, Baltimore 10. This one for the championship of the Western Conference and the right to meet the Cleveland Browns for the World's Championship. With a 2nd down and 14, and time running out on the end of the fourth quarter, the club's tied. Here is Bratkowski swinging it out to Jim Taylor. Taylor booming his way upfield is over the 40, to the 45, out to the 50, into Baltimore territory. and a mad scramble for the football. The Colts try to call for time, figuring they've recovered, but the officials on the spot rule Green Bay has recovered, and now we've got a great big rhubarb going. With so much noise in Lambeau Field, the gun indicating the end of the ball game was not heard, and the referee, Norman Schachter, is explaining to Vince Lombardi exactly what took place. What had happened, time has run out, and Baltimore and Green Bay will go to the second sudden death period in the history of the National Football League. The first one involved the Baltimore Colts and the New York Giants in a World Championship game in 1958. This one between the Packers and the Baltimore Colts for the title in the Western Conference. In a sudden death period, the team that scores first will win. The Packers won the toss. They elected to receive, and Michaels kicks off to Tom Moore at the Packer 2. He comes straight ahead, and watch the hit by kicker Lou Michaels out at the 22-yard line. So Green Bay has the first chance to score in the sudden death period, and Bratkowski is going to the air again under a Baltimore blitz. He fires upfield, intending for Carroll Dale, an incomplete forward pass. And so the Colt defense forces the Packers to give them the football in this sudden death overtime, and Chandler booms a punt out of there. Waiting downfield is Baltimore's Alvin Hayman. Straight over the 35 up to the 40, and he is racked as he hits the 41. Baltimore, however, is unable to move the ball momentarily. And the next time they get their hands on the football, Tom Matty romps through on a quarterback draw to pick up about 9 yards. And again on the quarterback draw, Matty goes straight ahead, and this time gains 8 yards as Baltimore and Green Bay are tied 10-10 in this sudden death overtime. They have used up 6 minutes. And from 47 yards out, Lou Michaels of Baltimore will try to win it all with a 47-yard field goal effort that is off to one side and not good. So now the Packers will take over. And the Packer fans come to their feet. It's second down and 6 at the 24. Bratkowski again going to throw. And who do you think you'll be looking for? You're right, big number 88, Bill Anderson, and he makes the catch, and a gain of 18 yards and a Green Bay first. With a 1st and 10 at the 48, the give to number 22, Elijah Pitts, who's replacing the injured Paul Hornung, and he slashes for 6 yards. Second down and 4 at the 48. Taylor whacks off the right side and picks up 5 yards and a Green Bay first down. The Packers are driving for a Western Conference title. And Bratkowski, rolling back to throw on a 2nd and 7, fires upfield. Carroll Dale, number 84, is there and takes it out of bounds after a gain of 18 and a first down. Second down and 10 is a give to number 22, Pitts, who hammers off the left side and grinds out a tough 4 yards. 11.5 minutes have gone by in this overtime period, and Vince Lombardi looks happy about the prospects, and why not? The Packers have a 4th and 2 at the 18, and Don Chandler will attempt a field goal from 25 yards out that could mean the Western Conference title to the Packers. The kick is in the air. It is right down the middle, and the Green Bay Packers are the champions of the Western Conference. They have defeated the Baltimore Colts by a score of 13-10. Baltimore playing without its 2 quarterbacks, Unitas and Quazzo, with a Cinderella team of the Western Conference for a long time, and it took an outstanding Packer football team almost 5 full periods of football to beat them for their championship. The Packers played a wonderful game of football and are the champions of the Western Conference, and will meet the Cleveland Browns for the World's Championship on January the 2nd. The Packers heading to the clubhouse with every reason in the world to be happy, and there's the man of the hour, the kicker Don Chandler, who kicked the field goal that got the Packers their 13-10 victory over the Baltimore Colts. This is offensive center Bowman, who is mighty, mighty happy. That's the victor's smile. And that final score, once again, the Green Bay Packers 13, the Baltimore Colts 10.